Hello! So throughout your time in this group, I'll just be putting up to be, just putting up tips about millinery, tips about business as well, because we started off this group, it was all about business, but then we decided to add in the millinery because I'm a hat designer, and then, create it and make it bigger. And we've got nearly 1,000 fabulous members in this group. I can't believe it. So it's amazing. So anyway, my name is Katherine Elizabeth. I've been a hat designer for crazy big hats and had a fabulous time with it. So I would like, and I've been helped in the past, so I would like to help you. And if you want to be a milliner, then you can be one too, and I just want to help you boost up and be able to do it and have a community as well that's going to support you. So if you've got any questions, then please come on. This is your little chance to ask any millinery questions to me and introduce yourself. Also, if I'm going to say the 3 tips in a minute, but if you have any other questions on the academy, because I've started up a Millinery and Business Academy for milliners like you, and in there's millinery business and there's millinery training. So that's something I'm just telling people about and getting people to know. And if you have wondered about joining it, then please, it's time to ask your questions. I have a few questions people ask, which I will answer after, just in case they're watching, or if they have already asked me. If you are, hi, hello, thanks for coming on. How are you? Where are you based? Where are you coming from? Are you a milliner already? Okay, so a couple of tips. You're probably all outside in the sun today, to be honest. It's so hot, isn't it? It's like the hottest day of the year. Can't believe it. I think it's the hottest July ever. So you're probably outside standing, or you're on the train home, which means you're on the train home and good. Listen to me instead of worrying about sweaty people sat next to you. So 3 tips. So if we're making hats and you're thinking you've got your base, you've got your fabrics, you've got your bits and pieces, but you're just not sure about what to put on it. You might be at the stage where you're just designing or you're just drawing. So some of the time when I'm making a collection piece, I might draw it out, and then it will end up being completely different to what I thought of. And how I got to the drawing out stage in the first place was by looking at trends. So you can look at trends of what's in fashion. So now I'm going to be designing what's it for the summer next year. I'm going to be designing that now soon. So I will be looking at trends for next summer. I'll also be bringing in an idea of my own, so maybe I want to look at vintage or Middle Eastern design, or something that might be on trend at the moment, and just bring it a futuristic, science fiction. You might want to bring that in, and that's just your own little bit to add into the mix. But then you look at your trends, and then you can work out fabrics that you might need, work out colours that you might need, and then you can design a collection. But you could do, say, 30 or 40 pieces, big piece, and then you can actually hone that down. So I tend to just scribble and draw first, and then I'll pick the ones I like and I'll draw those a little bit better, maybe colour them in, maybe have a look, discard the ones I don't want, keep the ones I do. This is your time to go mad as well, so you can really have some big designs. You can use wood and metal and all sorts of funny things, and plastics if you want to. This is your time for going crazy, and then you can home it down. So in a collection, I'll probably design about 15 pieces. I'll have about 6 or 7 mad pieces, and then a few in the middle that are from that but a little bit tamer. And then from that I might do a few commercial pieces as well. So I've got some for press to look at and some stylists and things to use. Then I've got some which are more sellable, and then I've got some commercial pieces which really are sellable that people can pick up quite quickly and just purchase those. So you've got your designs, you've got loads on the paper, you're thinking, right, I'm homing it down to this lot, and then you start making it and it ends up being completely different to what you thought of. But that's okay, because it's the process, it's the creative process, it's the fun bit. I hate making more than one hat. I love making I hate making one of the same hat. So I love making different hats all the time. So from that point, it might end up differently because you're thinking about design and balance. So when you put it down on paper, it's not so 3D, is it? So, but when you put it on your head, then it starts to come to life, and then you start to realise that maybe that's not going to work because everything's going to be on a slant. I always put things on my parting side because this side of my hair is so flat. This side of hair I've got more, this side is so flat. So I'll put my hat here so I can style up this side. You might have your parting on the other side, you might have a middle parting, which means you can choose. You might have a fringe, then you can choose which side. But say I put it here, if I've got a hat just like this, I might want to have things coming up. But then when I put it on, they're going off. So actually I could have things laying quite flat, and then when I put it on, the things are shooting up that way. So you just put it on and you see. So the 3 tips that I've got is always look at your balance. So balance is really important. You might think, well, how am I going to work that out? But you over time and over you testing and practicing, then you can work out what balance works, because you don't want it all to be very heavy on this side and then very light up this side, and it looks as if it's coming off your head because it's just too heavy here. You want the balance to work. You don't also want everything just in the middle, because then it can be a bit heavy in the middle. You might want a bit here and a bit over this side, but this side could be a bit bigger than this side here, and then your balance is sort of working itself out. So you're not just going to cram everything on. You need space. You need things to work with each other. But I always say that everything should be uneven. So that's the next tip. Everything should be uneven. Because at the end of the day, it does work itself out. Because if I've got everything so centred, so I haven't got a hat today, on me here. But if I use this and it's all a bit centred, then it can be a bit boring. But if I start putting something going up, then I could have something in the centre. But actually, I would have something off centre. So I'd have something a bit further at the back, so I've got more space here, or I'd have something right at the front, so I've got more space at the back. I wouldn't necessarily make it even and put everything in the middle. I would have things uneven. So ribbon on its side, flowers just a bit off centre. You could have something going one way and then something going another way and then something going another way. And then in the end it does balance itself out. It's a bit like floristry and graphic design. It's the same sort of process. You're not just bunging it all on and trying to cover the space. You're working out, putting it on unbalanced, and then it becomes balanced. So there is more to this. Just saying that, you might think, what is she talking about? But just think of that. Think of putting things on in an uneven way, and then it becomes balanced at the end of the day. But if you put everything on in an even way, it just looks messy and it looks too much. So, number 2, items placed on should be in odd numbers. So if you're going to have something, put it on in 3s, 1s, 3s, 5s, 7s. You wouldn't have 2 of something. You'd have 3. So you'd always add an extra. You wouldn't have 4. You'd have an extra, or you take one off. So you have 1 thing, or you have 3 things, or you have 5 things, and it ends up working itself out again. So odd numbers. Also leave white space. So you wonder what white space is. White space is, not this, because this is very busy, but I can actually do it, can't I? Because the white space is the bit in the middle, obviously. But if you've got a hat, the white space wouldn't necessarily be white. It's just going to be the space that's the empty space. So you want white space on your hat because you don't want everything just crammed on. So you could have something at the back, and then you've got a lot of white space, as they call it, at the front, which makes it a little bit more better on the eye. You want your eye to go straight to something on the hat and then spread out over the hat. Not think, you don't want your eye to be going here and then here and then here and then getting confused and then turning away because the person's confused about what you've got on. You really want something dramatic for your eye to be drawn straight to that thing, and then your eye spreads out over the whole hat. So maybe you have something here, and then maybe you have a quill going up, so your eye is then drawn up if you want more height. If you want less height and you want someone to come down, then you might be having things coming down the head, so your eye is drawn that way and drawn down. Then you see? So you want to think about your white space, think about where you're placing things, think about the order of it, but you want everything to be uneven and odd numbers. So leave white space. Also, lastly, an extra tip. Hi Claire, thanks for coming on. Another last tip is no more than 3 colours. So whenever I'm teaching people, I say no more than 3 colours, and they think, what? I want to put all these colours on. If you want to go crazy, you can, if you're going to gay pride and you want to put everything on, then you put everything on. But if you're, wanting it to be a little bit more sophisticated, then no more than 3 colours. But that's 3 definite colours, because I'm not meaning tones of. If you have a pink, you could have different tones of pinks, and that's quite nice. And then you could add that with the blue, and that's just 2 colours, which is fine. So you've got different tones. So you could add in a green maybe, and then you can have different tones of those greens, or an orange would be really nice. Bring that out. But you don't want you don't want pink, blue, green, orange, red on there. If you're having 3 sort of definite colours, some people call them saturated colours, but they're saturated as more of a bright colour, and then you could have your pastels, which is your muted colours. Still stick to no more than 3. So have tones of is fine, but if you have more than 3, then it can look like a chicken on your head. So it's just too much, it's just too crazy. All right, so that was my tips. Right, I'm just going to quickly answer some questions on the Millinery Business Academy. So like I say, I've started that about 6 months ago, over 6 months ago. We've got 100 fabulous milliners in there already, having a great time and learning lots. It's a fabulous community. We have the group in there, which is everybody's joined and everybody chats to each other and helps each other, and it's just really, really nice. So I'd love for you guys to join, and come on, if you're watching this and you haven't joined yet and you're thinking about it, then you can always just pop in and have a look at everything and meet everyone and see how you go. We have lots of courses in there already. So we have probably about 9 courses in there already. And every month I add in new ones. And we also interview experts. So we have 1 month on millinery, the next month on business, then on millinery, and then on business. Because you can't just be a milliner without learning how to actually sell these things. Because if you don't know how to sell it, and you're going to fairs and no one's buying anything, and you're just being quiet behind the stand, not talking to anyone, not doing anything, then you're not really going to sell it, and you're probably wondering what to do, how to do this. You might be a bit confused. So come into the academy and we actually teach you about business. We teach you about PR, we teach you about photography, we teach you about websites. This one next month is going to be on selling, on pricing, and actually selling the pieces. So that's going to be really interesting, and getting you out there and getting you thinking about exactly how to price your products. But there's loads of other modules in there as well, and we also have bonuses in there. We have a Q&A at the end of the month, so then you can ask your live questions to me or to the expert, but I'll always be on there. But you also get the group, the private group, where you can ask questions any day. I'm always there. You can always email me as well. You can give me a call even if you're really stuck, and you can just come in and ask me. So I'm not going to be there all the time, 24 hours a day, but feel free to ask me anything in the Facebook group, send me an email, and I'm really happy to help, because like I say, I've been helped in the past, so I want to help everybody and help all the members. Claire, I hope you've been having a good time in it and you enjoy. Lovely to have you. So I've just got a few questions here that people have asked. So one lady asked, is this monthly? Yes. So it is a monthly fee, but it's a small monthly fee compared to what you would pay if you were paying for millinery training. It can cost hundreds of pounds to go in and do a course for a few days. So this, you get to go in, have a look at the module, you get loads of videos, you're getting like 10 videos most of the time for every lesson. You go in there, you can have a look at your own leisure, you can do this from home. You can go into the group and ask any questions about it. You can look and then you can go back and you can look again, you can go back and you can check again. And you've got me actually there teaching you and going through you with it. So this is a monthly fee, but you're getting a lot for it, and it's not as much as it would be if you were paying for a course. And every month you're getting more on top, so you can look at everything from the past and you're looking at everything from the future. As long as you're a member, you're getting access to all this, everything from the past and everything from the future. So it is amazing. And every time I open this, the price does go up because we're adding in more modules. So get in now, because you don't want to then miss out and then you have to pay more next time. And also we close it for 3 months, and we only open every 3 months. So you don't want to miss out, and we're going to be closing it next week. So one lady asked, can I pay for the whole year? Yes, you can, and if you do, you get a month off. How long do I pay this for? How long do I pay this fee for? So you pay monthly. If you pay yearly, then that's it, you just pay every year. If you pay monthly, then you just a rolling thing, you just pay monthly for it. Whatever you come in at, so whatever price you pay at the beginning is the price that you will pay forever, unless you leave and then you want to come back again, then you'll be losing the discounted price that you had. So as long as you're in it, you just pay the price that you paid and you go through. And you can leave at any time, so I'm not holding anybody in. If you decide it's not for you, then you can leave, don't worry about it. I'm easy, I just want to help people and I want people to love it. So as long as you're happy, you stay. And if you don't want to, then that's fine. So you can just try it out and see. Another lady says, yes, can I leave? So that's it. Yeah, you can leave whenever you want to. It's not, we're not holding you and it's not fixed. How do I get, what do I get when I join? So what do you get when you join? You know, you've got all of the bundles. So we've got about 9 bundles in there already, which is the training. So you can go in and have a look at that. I would suggest you look at the first one on headpieces, because in there I also talk about designing, what sort of blocks you'd need, what fabrics you'd need, what glue you need, all the trimmings that you can use. You know, all these things are in the first one, and then you can go on from there and watch all the other ones. Or if there's anything specific that jumps out at you, you can go and learn about that. And then every month, like I say, you get more. Also, you get the bonuses. So you get 3 bonuses. As soon as you come in, you can go to the bonuses and you can learn about that. So that's on business and PR and Instagram. And then you have the Q&A at the end of every month, where we interview the expert, or if I've done it that month on Millinery, then it's with me. And this month we've got Judy Bentick, which I'm really thankful for Judy to come in and actually be teaching us about knotted sisal. And we have our Q&A with that tonight, so that's with Judy, and she's going to be answering any of your questions if you remember. So that's really brilliant. So that's another one that we're having, and we're going to be bringing in other millinery experts as well. So excited about that. Do I get help or am I left to it? So no, you're not left to it at all. So this is the good bit about it. This is why good memberships are good. A course, you just buy it and you're left to it. But this with membership site, you've got all of the other training, all of the new training, and you can ask questions about any of it. So you can come into the Facebook group, you can ask, you know, you can even put a video up and ask. Some people have put lovely videos up of their studios, and that's really nice to see where they're working. So everyone's interacting, it's lovely, and everyone helps each other. And I come in as much as I can and answer questions. And everybody else does as well, so everyone answers questions, so that's really, really nice. We've got such a lovely community. Also, like I say, I'm here to ask anything, just ask away if you need help. And then we have the Q&A as well, where you can come on live and actually ask, and then meet other members too. When I say live, I mean online, so you don't have to travel anywhere, you don't have to come down to London. This is all from the comfort of your own home or your studio. So you get the Q&A, you get my help, like I say, you get a designer, a milliner who's been working for over 15 years, who's made for Lily Allen, Dita Von Teese, Henry Holland, the Noisettes. We've just made one for Debbie McGee. Hopefully I've got some exciting, well, I've been on BBC, I've been on ITV before, talking about hats, making hats on air. I've been on the Alan Titchmarsh show. I've made loads of magazines, so I have loads of publicity in magazines, and hopefully next week, I'm fingers crossed, we might be on ITV, so I'll let you know if that happens. Fingers crossed again. So that's it, in the community, and then you get to ask any questions. So you're not left alone. You are with myself, who's going to help you and guide you through everything, and all the other wonderful milliners that are in it. Thank you for the thumbs up who just gave me that. Thank you very much. Oh, actually, do some more, because Facebook like it, and then they'll put this post up, and then we can get to more people, so that's great. Last one, is it just you or do other people teach? Yes, so like I say, it's we have Judy this month, Judy Bentick, who has come on and taught the knotted sisal for us. I'm going to bring in other milliners in the future who's got specific skills. But every other month we interview business experts, so we've interviewed amazing photographer from New York, PR specialist, website specialist, and she does SEO as well, so she talks about SEO. There's about 4, we've done, must have about 3 or 4 already business bundles in there for you to jump into and sort of learn about your own creative career, so you can actually understand how to make money from this. So that's really it. Lastly, how do I join? Yeah, that's fab. Hi PC, hello. How do I say that? PC. Grazie from Italy. Thank you, I can't read the rest, I just understand that. Hi Susie. Thanks for coming on. Okay, so how do I join? Is below. I will leave a link below, and then you can just go to the page and have a look. By clicking on that, you're not joining, you're just going to the page which is giving you more information, and then you can decide to join. So you can do it yearly and have 1 month free, or you can do it monthly and then come in and join the group. So Susie's part of it, aren't you? Pusey's part of it. Already a member. So that's amazing. Who else have we got? Claire's already a member. So thank you guys. Thank you for coming on. Really hope you enjoyed that. So I've got you, Susie, you've missed the tips. So if you just watch this after I post it, then you can go back and just look at the tips. So when I was talking about designing. And that's it. So thank you so much for coming on. I'll speak to you again soon. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. And I will leave a link to the membership site. It's called Millinery and Business Academy by myself, Katherine Elizabeth. I hope you join. It'd be lovely to have you in the group. Lovely to have you in the club. I see you on the other side. Bye.